Jackie Robinson, the man who broke baseball's color barrier. On April 15, 1947, in the first game of the season at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York, the home team, the Brooklyn Dodgers, were playing their first game of the season against the Boston Braves. It was an important day for the Dodgers and, more importantly, for the United States. For on this day, they were fielding a player who would change history forever. His name was Jackie Robinson. When Jackie Robinson came to bat for the first time that afternoon, a hush fell over the crowd. All eyes were on him. He stepped into the batter's box, adjusted his helmet, and waited for the pitch. As he swung, a cheer erupted from the stands, and when he hit a single, the roof almost came off. In that moment, Jackie Robinson became a hero not just for breaking the color barrier in baseball, but also for becoming the first African-American player to compete in the major leagues after decades of exclusion. But Robinson's journey to this point was a long and arduous one. Born on January 31, 1919, in Cairo, Georgia, Jackie Roosevelt Robinson grew up during the Jim Crow era in a time when racial segregation and discrimination were rampant throughout the American South. Despite facing these challenges, Robinson excelled in sports and academics, earning a scholarship to play football and baseball at the University of California, Los Angeles. UCLA. It was here that Robinson truly began to shine, setting multiple track and field records while also making an impact on the baseball field. In fact, Robinson's prowess on the baseball field caught the attention of some major league scouts, including those from the Dodgers organization. After graduating from UCLA in 1941, Robinson signed with the Dodgers and began working his way through the minor leagues. But as World War II broke out, Robinson's baseball career took a back seat as he enlisted in the U.S. Army. During his time in the military, Robinson continued to face the realities of racial discrimination, even within the armed forces. However, he refused to be deterred and made the most of his opportunities to serve his country. After being honorably discharged from the Army in 1944, Robinson returned to baseball and continued to climb the ladder of the minor leagues. It was during this time that Robinson began to make a name for himself as a talented and fearless player who was not afraid to stand up for what he believed in. By 1946, Robinson was playing for the Montreal Royals, the Dodgers' top minor league affiliate, and had become one of the most feared hitters in the International League. His performance on the field was outstanding, and he was well on his way to making it to the big leagues. However, there was still one major obstacle standing in his way: the color barrier. For decades, Major League Baseball had been a whites-only sport, and there was significant opposition to the idea of allowing black players to compete. But Robinson was determined to make history. On October 23, 1945, Dodgers general manager Branch Rickey made a bold decision. He signed Jackie Robinson to a contract for the 1947 season, making him the first black player to be called up to the majors in nearly 60 years. Rickey knew that signing Robinson would be a controversial move, but he also knew that it was the right thing to do. He believed that baseball should be open to all talented players, regardless of race. However, the Dodgers' front office was not fully on board with the plan, and they made it clear to Robinson that he would need to be willing to endure a lot of abuse and hostility. If he did choose to play, Robinson understood the risks involved, but he was willing to accept them in order to make a stand for racial equality. When Robinson reported to spring training in 1947, he became the first black player to do so. Immediately, he faced a barrage of racist taunts and threats from his teammates and coaches. But Robinson remained calm and focused, determined to prove his worth on the field. Despite the hostile environment, Robinson's talent was undeniable, and he quickly became one of the most valuable players on the team. However, the real test was yet to come. As opening day approached, the pressure mounted on Robinson and the Dodgers organization. There were picketing, protests, and boycotts from fans who did not want a black player in their league. But in the end, Robinson was given the green light to play. And so it was that on April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson stepped onto the field at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York, and changed history forever. When Robinson took the field, he was met with a mixture of cheers and boos from the crowd, but he remained calm and focused, determined to make a good first impression. As he took his position at first base, he fielded a ground ball and threw the runner out at second. The crowd erupted in applause, and in that moment, Robinson knew that he had made it. Throughout the season, Robinson continued to excel on the field, hitting home runs, stealing bases, and making spectacular catches. He became one of the most popular players on the team and a fan favorite among the Brooklyn faithful. But it was not all smooth sailing. Robinson continued to face racism and bigotry both on and off the field. There were death threats, insults, and even physical attacks. But Robinson never backed down. He responded with grace and dignity, refusing to let the haters get to him. In one particularly memorable incident, Robinson was playing in Cincinnati when he was taunted by a fan in the stands. The fan shouted racial slurs and made threats, but Robinson simply smiled and tipped his hat. Another time, Robinson was in a restaurant in a segregated section when a white woman approached him and asked him to move to another table. When he refused, she called the police and accused him of assault. Robinson was arrested, but the charges were eventually dropped when it was revealed that the woman had fabricated the story. Through it all, Robinson remained steadfast in his commitment to fighting for equality. At the end of the season, Robinson and the Dodgers won the National League pennant, securing a spot in the World Series. Although they ultimately lost to the Yankees, Robinson's performance earned him the Rookie of the Year award, and he was named to the All-Star team. Over the next 10 seasons, Robinson continued to break barriers and defy expectations. He played in 6 more All-Star games, won 2 National League batting titles, and led the league in stolen bases 4 times. He also became a vocal advocate for civil rights, speaking out against racism and segregation both in the United States and abroad. In 1957, Robinson suffered a serious injury that ultimately led to his retirement from baseball. But his legacy continued to live on. In 1962, Robinson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, and in 1965, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Lyndon B. Johnson. Robinson continued to work for civil rights until his death in 1972. He passed away from a heart attack at the age of 53, leaving behind a legacy of courage, determination, and equality. The impact of Jackie Robinson's life and career can still be felt today. His courage in the face of adversity and his commitment to justice and equality continue to inspire people around the world. Every year on April 15th, we celebrate Jackie Robinson Day in his honor. On this day, all 30 MLB teams have each player wear his number, 42, on their uniforms to commemorate his contributions to the sport and to the fight for civil rights. Jackie Robinson was a true American hero. He was a trailblazer who broke barriers and opened doors for generations to come. His story is a reminder that courage and determination can overcome even the most difficult obstacles. Thank you for watching this video about Jackie Robinson, the man who broke baseball's color barrier. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos about amazing stories from history. We have lots more videos about incredible figures from the past that will hopefully teach you something new and entertain you at the same time. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the video or if there are any historical figures that you would like to see us cover in a future video. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.